Nice. Goody.
To the Guthrie Center, how you guys doing tonight?
Whoa, George!
Right here.
I do this all the time, so get used to it. Those of you who are here now. Anyway, how many are here for the first time tonight? Whoa, welcome. And how many are members of the Guthrie Center? Whoa! For those others that got question one wrong, we have some blank membership forms. See what we do. I'm not going to tell you all tonight, but check out our website and see what we do. I got a couple announcements tonight, and I'm looking for Rebecca and Chris, because you can already hear my voice is a little choked up. So I'm going to get over it real quick as best I can. I'll look at Arlo and all those guys and it'll give me some confidence. But the stuff we do here, we feel so good about. The tutoring and feeding people, legal aid, all that great stuff, and the volunteers that make this place work. It's outrageous. But things happen here all the time. There's a couple here tonight that only a couple of weeks ago got in touch with us and said, George, we love what the Guthrie Center's doing, and I own a lightning rod company, and that's what we can give you. So last week they finished installation of a $7,000 lightning rod thing. Let's just clap the end or something, because I don't want to waste a lot of time. But today, this is my 13th, 14th year here or something, and today, Chris, where are you? Rebecca? Okay. This guy came in, and he says, boy, you guys just do wonderful stuff. And I'm going to take the rose window out of here in November, and I'm going to bring it back in the spring, and it's going to be totally rebuilt. And that's what he does for a living. It's a heavy-duty stained glass place. It's like, I don't know, $25,000 to $30,000 minimum. And they just like what we do. So anyway, all you non-members, get it together. Have fun. God bless you all for coming. Here's Arlo and his guys.
Whoa! Hello!
George, are you still here?
Yeah.
There's a piece of that rose window
In my desk.
Did I give it to you?
Yeah.
Oh.
4 years ago.
Yeah, we were doing a gig somewhere, like up in Maine, about 10 years ago. And a guy hands me a cardboard thing and says, you ought to have it. I said, what is it? He said, well, I stole it out of the church about 30 years ago. He said, I can't, it was in pieces, so I'm glad we still got it. Give it to those guys, too.
Yeah.
That would be great. Anyway, here we are, and we are happy to be here. And happy to see so many of you.
Yo, Arlo!
Come on, guys? Here, let's just start this here. I remember now the time you left. You thought to say farewell. But for how long you would be gone, there was no way to tell. You just set out upon your road. It cost you lots of grief and took you many places that you came too far to leave. You alone for years you sailed around. At last your ship come in. With charge and mission on her deck, oh, send her out again. Among the people that you met are some you'll see again. With perfume flowers in your hands, you stood there in the rain. They set the stage for anything, and everyone was game. You came alone, and now at home they stop and ask you a name. Alone for years you sailed around, and last your ship come in. Well, charge and mission on her deck, or send her out again. You'd like to see your friends again, the ones left on the road, and ramble round from town to town and tell me what's been told, and sing the songs you sang before you sat before the king. And fate alone will guide you on and give you words to sing. Alone for years you sailed around, and last your ship come in. Well, charge and mission on her deck, oh, send her out again. I suddenly felt illuminated. Oh, wow. A foreign peace, the truth just twists its curfew, gullet glides upon four-legged forest clouds. The cowboy angel rides with his candle lit into the sun, though its glow is waxed and black. All except beneath the trees of Eden. The lamppost stands with folded arms, its iron claws attached. The curbs leave holes where babies wail, though its shadow's metal badge. All in all, can only fall with a crashing but meaningless blow. No sound ever comes from the gates of Eden. The savage soldier sticks his head into the sand and then complains unto the shoeless hunter, whose gaunt death but still remains. Upon the beach where hound dogs bay at ships with tattooed sails, heading for the gates of Eden, with a time-rusted compass blade of Latin at his lap, sits with utopian hermit monks, side saddle on the golden calf. In all their promises of paradise, you will not hear a laugh. All except inside the gates of Eden. Relationships of ownership, they whisper in the wings to those condemned act accordingly and await for succeeding kings. Not try and harmonize with songs the lonesome sparrow sings. There are no kings inside the gates of Eden. The motorcycle Black Madonna, two-wheel gypsy queen, and a silver-studded phantom cause the gray flannel dwarf to scream as he weeps to wicked birds of prey pick up on his breadcrumb sins. There are no sins inside the gates of Eden. The kingdoms of experience, in the precious winds they ride, while paupers change possessions, each one wishing for what the other has got. And the princess and the prince discuss what's real and what's not. It doesn't matter inside the gates of Eden. The foreign sun, it squints upon a bed that is never mine. His friends and others, strangers from their fates, try to resign, leaving men wholly and totally free to do anything they wish to do but die. There are no trials inside the gates of Eden. At dawn, my lover comes to me and tells me of her dreams, with no attempts to shovel a glimpse into the ditch of what each one means. At times I think there are no words but these to tell what's true. There are no truths outside the gates of Eden. silver veil and the howling wind tells the fleeting tale. Gonna ride till the morning comes. When the night is over and all danger's gone, I'm gonna ride till the morning comes. He doesn't know either. I have to do this because it was 50 years ago yesterday, and that was the day that I had recorded my first record. It was
Wow.
Alice's Restaurant. We were in the studio in New York, and it was done with a live audience, and because the producers thought that it was supposed to be a funny song, and therefore they needed people to laugh and to react as it were to the song went by. What they didn't realize was that everybody they had invited had already heard the song at least 150 times. So there was nothing funny about it to anybody who was there in the studio that day, which is exactly what I hear every time I hear that record. And so, nevertheless, I was very excited to have made my first record. And I left the studio that day feeling pretty good, and I went to a friend's house, and I knocked on the door, and I yelled in there. I said, "Man, I got the record, man. I got the record done, I got the record." And they said, "We got the record, come on in." I said, What are you talking about? You got the record? I just made the record." They said, "Oh, not your record, man, this record." And they showed me a record that had come out that same day. It was called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And we sat there and we listened to it, and I realized that everything that had been made before it had suddenly become obsolete. Even the stuff that was made that day. And nevertheless, I kept at it, as it were, and I went to the city of Philadelphia to do a gig down there. It was a little place called the Second Fret in those days. And this was right downtown Philadelphia. There were a few clubs around that somebody might meet playing, and this was one of them. And I used to go there a lot. And I remember that around the corner from the Second Fret, there was a block square park. It was called Rittenhouse Square National Forest. And I remember walking through there one day, right after that I had made the record. Oh, it was before I had actually made the record, I think, and just prior to it, a few weeks before. And we were going through it under the influence of the times, as it were. And so I remember we had a purpose in mind. It was me and some friends. There was an ice cream parlor that we went to that was across the street from one of the corners of the forest there. And I remember I was personally responsible for about 15 hot fudge sundaes that day. And I only mentioned the number so that you understand when I got out of there, I wasn't, jumping up and down, skipping around. Every step was a carefully orchestrated moment of time. And in Rittenhouse Square National Forest, they didn't want people walking on the grass and killing it. So they had these paved highways in every direction you could possibly want to go. And me and my friends was going back to the second fret on one of these highways, and we was going, single file, so only the first guy had to think of stuff. And they had one of these cement kiddie pools in the middle, but it was in the fall of the year or something, so there wasn't any water in it. And I was just, coming up, holding up the rear, as it were, and I saw my friends walk into the kiddie pool. And I realized that they didn't know they was in the kiddie pool. But it's just that from my perspective, I could see it. And they started walking in that sort of circular shape. And they didn't know they was walking in circles until the first one caught up with the last one. And that's when they all held hands and started having a spontaneous ring around the rosy kind of thing going on. And that's when a police officer came and arrested them all just before they was about to all fall down. And I couldn't believe it. First of all, I had never been left out of being arrested with my friends before. And so I saw them get hauled off downtown. The officer's name was Joseph Strange. And I remember thinking, how weird is this going to get, But I got back to the second fret, and I sat down and wrote this song about it right then and there. It wasn't really a good song or anything, but it was on that first record I made anyway, because it was new for me at that time. As a matter of fact, I remember years later, I think we did it right here. You have to remind me, I think we did some of it here, but we recorded that first record again. Yep. Yeah, and that was on the 30th anniversary. And I remember the day that it was recorded is when the Beatles anthology was released. That was a WTF moment. And the only difference between the first time I made my first record and the second time I made my first record was that the second time, the record was shorter than the first time. Even though the songs was the same, and the spaces between the songs was the same. And that's when I realized that time had changed. I don't mean times had changed, I knew that. But time itself had changed. Back then, we had a sort of a more flexible rate of time that could be a little different for one person as opposed to another. And so at some point when I had recorded the record the first time, I didn't know that it was going to be shorter the second time, obviously. But I don't think so, anyway. It's kind of hard to detail these events in sequence, knowing what I know now. That probably doesn't make any sense at all. That was not worth having paid anything, frankly. Thank you for coming anyway.
You're welcome.
Anyway. anyway, I want to sing you the song. That was the whole point of it. I didn't mean to get so lost so early in the evening.
All right.
It happens. Key of F. I had a friend you could trust. He went into the park and got busted doing the ring around the rosy rag. Went in the park late at night, put a lot of people over 80 uptight. He was doing the ring around the rosy rag. Ring around, rose, touch your nose and blow your toes and mind to do the ring around the rosy rag. Ring around, rose, touch your nose and blow your toes and mind to do the ring around the rosy rag. We ought to send off the Joe Strange to some Australian mountain range so we all can do the ring around the rosy rag. Would you like to put Philadelphia tight one last ring around the rosy in the middle of the night? We all should do the ring around the rosy rag. It was about this part in the song when we did it the second time that I decided to add a little instrumental to help make the song be as long as it was the first time. And it was during the instrumental that I realized I didn't even write this song. I thought I had wrote it for 30 years. Until I started playing it like this.